Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. It's really good to see you again. Hope you've had a really good week and a good couple of weeks since I last saw you. Hope you've been enjoying the challenges that you've been set. I hope if you've gone back to school then it's going really well and you're adjusting to the change. And if you're still at home and still doing school at home, I really hope you just keep going. Not long to go till the summer holidays, thank goodness, hey? So today I'm going to read another passage like before. From the Bible again, from this Youth Bible, NIV version, and we're going to be looking at Acts chapter 16 and it's verses 11 to 15. And just like before, I'm just going to give you a couple of things to have a little think about over the next week and for you to kind of get your teeth into, churn over a little bit before we meet again. Okay, so Acts chapter 15, verses 11 to 15. It's got a few big words in this, by the way, so if I mess up, please don't laugh at me, okay? It is hard. Anyway, here we go. We left by ship from Troas and sailed straight across to Samothrace and the next day to Neapolis. Told you it was big words. From there we went inland to Philippi, a city of the first district of Macedonia. It's also a Roman colony. We spent several days there. On the Sabbath we went out of the city to the riverside, where we thought there would be a place where Jews gathered for prayer. We sat down and talked to the women who gathered there. One of those who heard us was Lydia from Thyatira, who was a dealer in purple cloth. She was a woman who worshipped God, and the Lord opened her mind to pay attention to what Paul was saying. After she and the people of our house had been baptised, she invited us. Come and stay in my house if you've decided that I'm a true believer in the Lord. And she persuaded us to go. Okay, so quite a short passage, but so much in it, but we're just going to have a think about a couple of things. So, first of all, Lydia. So Lydia was a woman who was probably quite wealthy, so she probably had quite a lot of money. She was a businesswoman, so she dealt in purple cloth. Now, back in those days, only rich people had purple cloth, kings and queens, and so she had this quite a prestigious, so quite a good job where she was dealing and selling this purple cloth. Now, the thing that really strikes me about Lydia is she listens to Paul preaching, and when we know that she's a woman who worshipped God. But actually, she did worship God, but she didn't really know God for herself. She didn't really know Jesus as her personal friend. But what actually happens is that God really opens up her mind. The Holy Spirit comes into her life and she's changed. She hears the message of Jesus, that he wants to know her, wants to have a friendship with her, wants to walk alongside her. And she hears it and she believes it and she trusts it for the first time in her life. And it really got me thinking that maybe that's true for some of us, that we kind of know God, we know about God because our mum and dad do, or our grandparents do, or our carers do, or our friends do. And we've been going to church forever and we kind of know about it and it's fine, but we're not really sure what we think about it for ourselves. And you know what? Maybe Lydia was a bit like that too. She kind of knew about God. She knew all the right things to say, but she maybe didn't really know him personally. In fact, we know she didn't know him personally until the Holy Spirit really came into her life and opened her heart, opened her ears to really listen to what God was saying to her. And I just think that's really incredible. And that is an invitation for us too, that maybe the first challenge for this week is to have a little think about whether you really know God and actually maybe you want to know a bit more about him and actually want to know Jesus as your friend and follow him and walk alongside him. That's the first thing, just have a really good think about this week. And the other thing that really struck me too is that it says that after she was baptised, so that happened immediately after she kind of gave her life to Jesus, she invited everyone back to her house. She wanted them to come into her house and to be with her and celebrate this great thing that happened. And I think Paul didn't really want to stay in one place, but she managed to persuade him to stay there for a bit longer. And hospitality is something that's mentioned in this kind of thing. And hospitality is a bit of a funny word, isn't it? So it kind of means just being welcoming, being and inviting people, being generous, being open, loving people. It doesn't necessarily mean you've got to invite them into your house. In fact, at the moment, we can't really invite people into our houses, can we? But it means having a heart that is hospitable. So a heart that loves other people, that invites people to things, that's generous, that brings them into and draws them in, especially maybe those people that just don't have that love from others often. Now that's my other challenge to you for this week, is to maybe think about how you can be hospitable. Maybe you could invite people into your garden to play or to have a chat. Or maybe you could think about ways that you could be really generous in the way you live your life, and really inviting, and to really show people how to love and to show hospitality. So those are the two things I want you to think about this week. I want you to think about just that difference between kind of knowing about God and really knowing God. And also just have a think about being hospitable, how we can do that and really show love to others. So it's great to see you again, guys. Have a really, really good week. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care and God bless.